What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out the DJI Mic Wireless Microphone system. This is a microphone system that can be used with pretty much any device. So if you have an Android phone you can use it with that, if you have an iPhone you can use it with that, if you have an action camera like the DJI Osmo Action 3 you can use it with that, you can actually even use it with a GoPro if you would like. I've actually done a couple of videos for the Action 3 and I'll leave some links in the video's description or the top right corner. And of course you can also use this wireless microphone system with an actual camera. I feel that this is the main competitor for the Rode Go wireless system. I also have this system here as well and I've been using both systems for quite some time. Alright, before we go any further, let's do a bit of an unboxing just so I can show you what comes in the box with the DJI Mic wireless system. Alright, so in the box you're gonna find the charging case. I find the charging case very useful because you can pretty much keep everything in the charging case. This will also charge the receiver and the transmitter, so you don't have to plug them in individually. So you just put them in here and that's about it. And there is a charging port on the back. And this will give you about 15 hours of recording time. For me personally, that's more than enough. I'm never gonna actually use this for more than a couple of hours. So 15 hours is plenty of time. You can probably just put this in your backpack and then you can go for days before you have to charge it. Now, inside the charging case here, you're also gonna find a couple of adapters. So as I said, you can use this with any Android phone or basically any device that has a USB-C port or an iPhone, as I mentioned earlier. So you can change the adapters that are in that charging case. So if you're using this with an action camera, to give you an example, you would install the USB-C adapter and that's about it. You just plug it in. And of course, there is also a cable just in case you wanna use this with an actual camera that doesn't have a USB-C port. So it really depends what you're gonna be using this with, but everything is kind of in that charging case. In the box, there are also a couple of wind muffs for the transmitters. And what I absolutely love about these ones is the fact that they actually lock in place. With other microphones that I've tried in the past, you put a wind muff on and then it kind of falls off as soon as you move. Well, these ones actually lock in place, so they're not gonna fall off. So you can pull on it as much as you want, it's not gonna fall off. And of course, you'd use this if you're recording outdoors and it's windy. If it's not windy, you probably don't need to use one of these. But if it's windy, it will definitely cut down the wind. I'll actually show you some examples later on in the video so you can see how these work. And aside from that, of course, you're gonna find a carrying pouch, so you can basically keep everything in here nice and organized so you don't lose anything. And there is also a user manual in the box that personally I haven't looked into that much, but there is a user manual in there as well. The receiver here is also pretty tiny and also pretty light, so you can easily mount it on any device like an action camera, just to give you an example. So on one side here we have the power button and a USB-C port, and on the other side we have two 3.5mm audio jacks. One of them is for sound monitoring, so if you want to put some headphones so you can monitor the sound, and the other one would be so you can actually connect this to a camera, just to give you an example of that cable that comes in the box. On the front here, we actually have a touch screen. It's a very small screen, but from this touch screen, you can easily change any settings for the receiver and for the transmitters. That's not something that you can usually easily do with the Rode Go wireless system. So having a touch screen that you can actually change settings from is a game changer. From the receiver here, from the little touch screen, you can also start a recording for one of the transmitters. So each transmitter has 8 gig internal memory and you can actually record right onto the transmitter. So you don't necessarily have to record the sound on the camera if you don't want to. You can just record right on this device and then you'd plug this into your computer and you can just download those. You can also have like a safety audio file, so you can record onto the camera and you can also record on one of the transmitters at a different gain. So of course that would come in handy if you're not sure of the situations, the conditions where you're recording and so on. And of course from here you can pretty much change everything else. So you can change the gain for the actual receiver, you can change the gain for each individual transmitter. So everything can be changed right from this little screen that we have on the receiver here. Moving on to the transmitters, well, these ones are pretty small as well. Well, about half the size of the Rode transmitter, I'm gonna say, even though they are a bit thicker. So you can clip these on to your shirts or something like this. Or on the back, we actually have a little magnet. It is a bit difficult pulling that magnet out. So you could also put these like this on your shirt or something like that. But I found that it really depends what kind of a shirt you're using. For this kind of shirt is fine. So you can move this low or higher or whatever. But with some t-shirts, you will find that it kind of pulls down your t-shirt a bit. So there are a lot of possibilities of mounting these. Now, this one can also take a microphone. So if you have a microphone, you can plug in a microphone, and this you don't have to keep this close to you. That microphone can stay here, and maybe that looks a bit better. I'm actually going to show you the sound difference using a microphone connected to this and how you'd capture sound right from this. So on this side here, we have the record button. If you press the record button, this will record sound internally. We also have a pairing button. We have the microphone at the top there. We have that 3.5 mil audio jack. So you can plug in that microphone that I mentioned. And on the other side, we have the power button and the USB-C port. So you can connect this to your computer to download the sound recordings that you have inside this. I find this little magnetic clip a very, very cool feature, because with a lot of these, so for example, the Rode one, sometimes it is difficult to put it on your clothes because, well, just doesn't match whatever you're wearing. But this makes it a bit more interesting and easier to mount, to wear on certain t-shirts, certain shirts, and so on. So yeah. These are the little transmitters here. Alright, so next let's start by doing a few audio tests so you can see how this wireless microphone system will pick up sound. Just in case you're wondering, I have the receiver gain set to 2 and the transmitter gain set to 4. I feel that this is the best for this environment where we are filming. So I'm basically going to replace the microphone that I have right here. You can't actually see it, but I will replace that with this system. And I'm also going to mount this on my shirt here. So we'll see how they pick up sound. Also, if you unlock the little touch screen here, you can just touch the power button once and the little screen will be locked. And to unlock it, you just press that button one more time. Alright, so let me switch microphones and we'll see how the DJI mic will capture sound in the exact same place where we are now. Alright, and I am back, and now we are using the DJI mic to record the sound. You can probably see the receiver right here. I actually have a long cable going all the way to the camera. So this is basically connected to the camera through a cable. And I have the transmitter right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is how this system would capture sound this way. Next, I'm actually gonna connect, I'm gonna plug in this Rode microphone that we have. So we'll plug in this Rode microphone and we'll see how this transmitter will basically pick up sound if you're using this little Rode microphone here. Alright, and we are moving on to our second test. For our second test, I have the Rode Lavalier Go microphone plugged into our transmitter here. You can probably see the microphone right here. And because I've done this test before, I know that this is probably the best way to capture sound. So once again, I do have the receiver here that's connected all the way to the camera with a cable, and then we're using the transmitter here, but we do have the Rode Lavalier Go microphone plugged in. And as I said, I am trying to talk at about the same volume as I was talking before. So I feel that this is the best way of using this system with one of these microphones connected, because this can be a bit closer to your mouth. This picks up sound a bit better in my opinion, and so on. Alright, next we are gonna grab this action camera. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna show you how the DJI transmitter here records sound outside with a wind muff and without a wind muff. So we'll try it in a couple of settings basically, so you can see how it captures some sound. And I guess I can also take this Rode Lavalier Go microphone with me so I can show you how that would capture sound if you are outdoors as well. So let's go outside. Alright, so this is our first test outdoors. As you can see for yourself, I do have the microphone right here. We don't have a wind muff at the moment, and it is a bit windy. Maybe not crazy windy, but definitely a bit windy. So we'll see how this captures sound outdoors. Next, I'm gonna go on and put on the wind muff on it, and we'll see how it captures sound under these conditions. We also have some traffic around us. I'm not sure if you can actually hear that. There are some cars passing by. So this is how the transmitter would capture sound under these conditions. Alright, and we are moving on to our second test. For our second test, I have the microphone in the exact same spot as you can see, but I do have the wind muff installed on it. It's actually a bit windier right now compared to how it was a couple of minutes ago. We have some traffic passing by once again and a bit of other noise here and there, but I'm not sure if you'll actually hear that on the recording. Next, I'm gonna get that lavalier microphone and we'll see how this system captures sound if you're using that as well. So let me plug that in. Alright, and I am back outside. As you can see, I have the cable right here. So I basically have the microphone right here and it's plugged into our transmitter. Once again, I am outside. It is a bit windy. We do have some traffic around us, and I'm trying to talk basically at the same volume as I was before. Of course, this is also a bit closer to my mouth than the actual transmitter. So this is how this system would capture sound if you'd have one of these microphones connected to it. So there you have it. This is the DJI Mic Wireless Microphone system. This system is very important for me because I do film a lot of my videos outdoors. The transmission range is about 250 meters, even though I'm never that far away, but you could technically go quite far away from the camera because you do have the receiver connected to the camera there. And I typically use this with either the DJI Osmo Action 3 or my GoPro 11. So a very useful system for me and what I do. And of course, if you're filming anything with your phone, this could make a big difference for your audio recordings, because we all know that phones don't have the best audio recordings out there. Alright guys, hopefully this video was useful. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.